wheel of time turns and ages come and pass, leaving memories that become legend. Legend fades to myth, and even myth is long forgotten when the age that gave it birth comes again. In one age, called the third age by some, an age yet to come, an age long past. A wind rose in the Black Hills. The wind was not the beginning. There are neither beginnings nor endings to the turning of the wheel of time, but it was a beginning. Born in the low heights of those rolling hills, it blew north. Down through water-carved valleys, it howled through home and hearth of the folk of Three Forks. It raced into the borderland kingdom of Saldaea, buffeting and biting at the garb of the curious group on the road. 7 mismatched souls, no two alike, stood eyeing each other with uncertainty and recognition in their eyes, drawn together like so many threads in the pattern for reasons they cannot yet know. This is their story. We're live on the internet. Now they can hear me. Hello. Welcome back, my friends. It would not be a stream at DM Philly without challenging technical difficulties at the 11th hour, but we've done it. We are here. We're live on the internet. Welcome back.
Yeah, we're back. It's happening.
Yeah,
we made
it
it.
is.
We
It's
did it.
happening.
Happy to be back.
We're glad to have you. We tried to play without you, but life conspired against us. Was like, you best not proceed without the Blade Master.
I still think David sabotaged us somehow. I'm not sure how.
I cannot. That's impossible.
Listen, I'm like really good friends with those guys at Sabotage's DM. They're kind of our sister stream, but also, oh my gosh, thank you guys that are both in the stream. Day one, the subs, re-subbing, like, thank you guys very much. Yeah, we're back. It's Sunday. It's been a month. We tried to get back to it quicker, but the wheel weaves as the wheel wills, and so we were delayed. It's been like it's been an age since the last stream. I feel like the breaking of the world is upon us, and Tarmangaiden approaches. But for tonight, we will divert to the world of the time for a couple hours. How is everybody? What's going on? Is it like insanely hot where you all are? Because I am like sweating, and it is gross.
Yeah.
And humid.
Yeah, the other day I looked down on my laptop and the little thing at the bottom corner said 104 degrees outside. I'm like, I don't need to go outside today. I'm working from home. I don't need to actually go outside. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was only 98 today.
That's disgusting. Yeah, that's unlivable for me. Absolutely not.
It's rough when it gets to triple digits. Not to like dox you, but Todd, you live in like the American Southwest, and you had come to travel to New York about a month ago. We actually get to hang out in person. And for that like 4-day span that you were here, it was like 95 degrees. And it has not been this hot till now. Like for the whole last month, it's been beautiful. And suddenly I was like, oh, it came back.
Yeah, it's been really nice. It was like hanging in the like 60s, 70s. It was great. And yeah, today of all days, I was like working at the farm all weekend, and we have like finished planting 17,000 mums, which leaves the irrigation for said 17,000 mums.
Oh yeah, that's the hard part. Yeah.
So I was out there today on black tarp getting fried, and it was
just
lovely,
imagine walking around bent over, touching your toes 17,000 times while you're walking through like 4-inch narrow corridors trying not to trip over the flower pots. Yeah. I'm okay not doing this here. Have fun with that.
Very fair, yeah. Yeah, very, very fair.
David, you took a crazy vacation. How was it up there? You went and saw our neighbors to the north in Great Canada.
It was really nice. I was going to say, I'm also from the Southwest. The heat does not follow me. This is the second time I've gone up north. I went to Alaska a couple years ago on a similar trip, and it's just amazing weather. It was like 70 the whole time, and like sunny and pleasant. You know, I think it rained once during my vacation.
Yeah,
Just
that's
once.
a good feeling. That's a very good feeling. Nice vacation. It's cool. How is it out west, Tom? Are you doing all good? Oh, hello, Kate.
Pretty miserable as well, but okay. We're
Wow.
we I don't think we broke 100, but we were in the 90s.
Yeah.
Well,
Yucky.
nobody loves that. Anyway, summer is officially upon us. It's hot. It's gross. Let us be transported to the borderlands, where it is cold and brisk most times of year. Yeah, I don't know. Anything else like crazy going on? There's been a ton of TV. I'm like really crazed on Obi-Wan days, but I promise no lightsabers during this session unless David pulls one.
You
Are
didn't
you
say
sure?
no dark sabers, did you?
No, I didn't actually stipulate no dark saber. Dark sabers are.
Yeah, I already said, but I did binge season 3 of Stranger Things yesterday, so I'm ready if we decide to have a crossover and Mind Flayers show up. So I think I'm ready.
Or Vecna.
Wow.
No, wait, because you saw season 3, you didn't see 4. Oh, well, okay.
I've watched enough to know Vecna's coming, but hopefully different universe. Hopefully we're still in just a nice, maybe like a bandit or a bear.
Well,
yeah, or
we
the
can
ways.
go-
You know, we're just going to the ways, and nothing
I
has to
mean-
happen in the ways, right?
the portal stones will take us to other worlds, right?
They sure
So-
will.
Oh
They sure
no.
will.
Just don't give Rich ideas.
This is a
Not
great
that he needs
moment
us.
for a little
Yeah.
bit of cross promotion because, believe it or not, my friend, I got to run Vecna 4 days ago on Friday.
Ooh.
I eviscerated a couple player characters with the new Vecna stat block.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
look at this new official Wizards of the Coast 5e Vecna and was like, this thing is like Nerf Vecna. This Vecna is like made of styrofoam compared to old Vecna. Where's the hand? Where's the eye? Where are my many death spells? And then I took a couple of players out for a podcast, which you could hear on the Stranger Things feed over at postshowrecaps.com. Next week, I believe it will be airing. And man,
Okay.
it did not end good for them, but I had a blast.
That is incredibly exciting, and I cannot wait to listen to that.
I think it's a very fun
Oh,
podcast.
Indeed.
I think
Hell
it's a very fun one.
yes.
Yeah, I think it's very fun.
So final ruling is that it's not as nerfed as you initially thought?
It held up all right. Held up pretty good.
He doesn't
I
have.
have to say. Go ahead.
He didn't have the hand or the eye, though? Like, what's.
He's got
Did
a
they
knife.
change the lore?
They gave him a knife. They didn't really change the lore that much, but I was like, this is fascinating. Now he's got a knife. Okay. You know, he's a little bit of a stabby wizard. He likes to get in there with that knife. The head of Vecna. Wow.
The Vesk, then. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have to say, the more that I feel like the more I play D&D, the more and more I enjoy character death, which I feel like means I need to run more sessions.
Wait, what?
Not signing up for any killer
Wait, what?
sessions. That's the big note. Not signing up for any more killer sessions. Okay.
Really?
I don't
Taylor
understand
coming
what
in
that means,
hot.
Taylor.
Not
Are you saying
enjoy
you wanna
might be the
kill
wrong
someone?
word.
Wait,
I
so
don't know.
what was character death? Like,
Well, so hers
No,
have
just-
never
just in
died,
general.
Eric. So
Yeah, I
take
have
that
not-
as you will.
I've not
for
had to
those-
deal with that yet, so.
For those who don't know, in PSR Discord, where we all play D&D together, Taylor is the cleric responsible for making sure no one does die. So this is a very worrisome development.
No. Not
I don't know what
okay.
you're worried about. You're not the one who charges in and gets himself hurt all the time.
So he
Whose
just
fault is
blows
that?
himself up.
Well,
fault is
Nobody
that-
has any control over that.
My
Player-
job.
Player death is
God.
a very dynamic experience.
It's exciting.
but,
It's
I'll be sure
quite
to
the
keep
storytelling
that
experience.
front of mind as we get started tonight, my friend.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is off to a rocking good start here, I think.
Our friend Naharik Iswood is here, hidden in the shadows. I just want to say hello, Prez. You've been very quiet. Nobody can see you. I want to make sure that we can hear you.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm just chilling. I'm letting everyone get the steam out. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
ready
all
to like
fired up.
see what's happening with this Waygate.
Well, I mean, that seems like a perfectly appropriate segue. Is there any like housekeeping, bookkeeping stuff we need to go over? Any kind of like rules stuff we just want to ask about or check?
Gosh. Oh, I will say we have like new art since last time, I think.
We sure do have some new art from the one, the only, Sean Yanel. Somebody should link his Twitter in the chat real quick. I will bring up said art just for the sake of showing it again, as we had to make a little bit of a pivot here for our text, so it is not displayed as prominently as it might have. But the threads in the pattern art, I really love it. It really is pretty fantastic. There's some spicy looking characters on here. I've shown it to a number of our friends who have not read the Wheel of Time. They are D&D nerds like we are, and they were like, oh my gosh, look at the biceps, look at the fire, look how regal that lady in the back is. What's up with the side eye that Kratos is giving everybody? Also, who is the guy with the ponytail? There was a lot of real interest and intrigue going on there. But it is very magnificent art. Our boy Sean Yanel, who I will link his Twitter in the chat here, he does a lot of custom stuff for a bunch of us. He's an excellent dude, a friend of ours, member of the Philly fam. Pretty much all the art that you're going to see on any of my streams here is coming from Sean. But he's a good dude. Send him some love. Twitter, here.
Yep. I think I have a new life goal of having biceps like Renora. Like, it's just it looks too cool. It's too dope. I just love it so much.
She is one yoked up lady. She's a tough looking ogre. Really looks excellent. So,
I'm not sure that I could pull off the red ponytail.
I want
the
the must.
The mustache.
Without further ado, I think that we shall turn. The wind blows across Saldaea countryside, sweeping up around you in the copse of trees where the lot of you stand amidst the fallen enemies. Fight that you just survived. A harrowing attack by some Saldaean countrymen whom decided to come hunting after the boy Daniel, after the dragon's fangs marked upon his door in the village where he grew up. The young adolescent man, accused of channeling the one power, chased from his home, hunted by these evil souls who would have done who knows what were you not there to protect him, lays on the earth amidst the kind of scruffy grass of this early spring season next to the lakeshore. Sarah de Jabiste, Aes Sedai of the Red Aja, having channeled some minor heat to his body. Grayson Hakar stalks around the edges of the battlefield, eyes open, as alert, as I believe Bren and Callum had kind of circled up. One Naharik Iswid, carrying Zashandara, shoulder, kind of naturally twisted wooden haft of the thing hung loose in his hand as he walked out high side of the hill. Saldaean survey the landscape, has come across vast stone archway. It is covered such magnificent sculpture as to appear as though it is vines and leaves and flowers with the thinnest coating of a stone-like dust over the surface. Thousands of years of not weathered it, just stone. This is raised by men. This is Ogier stone, and it's magnificent. Look upon it. And so I think that as we open up tonight, the camera kind of sweeping down through this copse of trees, past our assorted adventurers. Cycle driving past my house, I apologize. It focuses in as the wind whips, pulling at your cloak, pulling at the masked bandana that hangs around your neck, the heart. So as you stand right at the side of the stone archway, I was going to ask, what would you like to do? See.
So I think Naharik just takes a second to like realize that this is in fact a waygate, and he decides to run back to his good old Ogier friend, who would be very happy to see this. So Naharik would run back to Renora, kind of give her a little bit of the head shake, like, "Hey, let's talk on the side here," and pull her aside and speak to her.
And so the group of you see Naharik come like trotting down back off the hill, coming towards Renor. She's actually over Channel. Sarah, are you trying to like call her away, or are you going to go up to all of them?
Yes, I'll pull her aside. Renora, can I speak to you for a second?
Well, of course. Is everything okay?
Yes, just come. I want to show you something.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
as
we'll happily follow.
as we're walking away, Renora, I found a gateway. I mean a way gate. Sorry, I guess they're the same thing. A way gate. But come here, I will show you. Come.
What?
Yeah, Renora's like starts to hurry, like with Naharik.
And so I think we see the like light stepping of the red beard, shaved black, trotting up the hill. The heavy, long-strided footfalls of Renora as she comes next to him. And so as you rise up, the copse of trees are kind of clustered down near the lake's edge. And as you come up to the kind of rise of the hill, you see this magnificent arch etched in stonework of your people, vines kind of twisting in this myriad surface, blooms of flowers. Magnificent.
Auric, Oh my.
There should be a steading nearby, yes?
Hypothetically speaking, there's usually one outside of each steading.
Do
But
we
also
do we bring the others? Do you think we should bring the boys that can channel, bring them in the steading? They can't channel anymore.
Well, I don't know. They're not all. They're outside of of each steading, but some are near cities. So I don't know.
Guess would Renora like recognize like is there a steading close by?
Yeah, I think that I'm just going to give this one to you. I don't even think you need to necessarily make a.
Mm-hmm.
You came up out of the Black Hills to the south, kind of heading further. You know of like serious steadings down south near. Even of some far north of Merida, beyond the kind of blight wall that we're. Steading Chantai is not far from here to the east, but it's far enough. I mean, it's in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Still like 3 days travel, so not far is kind of relevant perspective. So there is not a setting like immediately nearby here, which is interesting to you if you pause.
Yes, so the nearest steading is 3 days. This is quite curious to find one.
That is very, very weird. Should you think we should go get the Aes Sedai?
Yes, I think we should show the group.
Renora, I haven't had a chance to tell you this. The Aes Sedai is worried. The Aes Sedai is worried about the middle channeler boys. She is worried they will get out of control. And that if they get out of control, we need to do something. You know, they can explode and destroy us all.
He has spoken to me about such worries, but my advice on the matter was that if we have not known these people for very long, but if we're going to survive, especially now, we need to trust each other. Anything could happen to any of us. We need to protect each other and not sow doubt just yet.
I agree, but we need to watch out because they might not want to hurt us, but it might just explode and then we're done. We die.
Yes, but I
So
don't
what
think
the-
that they would do such a thing.
What I'm
Not-
saying is, get ready to do something about it or run very fast.
Well, you and I can run very fast, my friend.
That is true. Yeah, horses are slow. Okay, let's just go get this the Aes Sedai and show them the way gate.
Meanwhile, the two of you are kind of up here talking about this. Let me ask you others, what is happening down below near Lakeshore?
Well, I think Sarah's keeping a watchful eye over Bren and Callum. Just sort of not saying much, just watching, making sure they don't try and run away.
Okay, Callum's like, is she still looking at us, Bryn? She's looking at us again, isn't she?
I think is probably just trying to ignore her and hang out, tending to anyone wounded if he can. I think Drayson was wounded in the battle. Daniel as well.
Drayson took a bad spear stab from a charging Saldaean. A lance, actually, as a matter of point, or was it a spear? Drayson got
That was a lance.
Yeah, Drayson got run down by a lancer on a horse and was hurt like pretty badly. So you're kind of like bandaging his back, like applying kind of this poultice under as you're sort of wrapping the two of you, like your back to Sarah as she like watches quietly from afar. I guess that go for it.
If Sarah could have done this easier, but he's not going to ask.
Well, Sarah will then allow you to use your herbs and poultices.
Doing quite a good job, actually. You note the like tender care that he places into like bandaging your companion, the swordman. Serious injury, shoulder. And so I think as the moments kind of pass, Daniel like kind of quietly on the ground, propped up a little bit. You see Naharik and Renora coming down off the hillside, making their way, kind of weave through the winding trees, coming back towards the lot of you in sort of two groups down here.
Yeah, I think Renora is probably making a beeline for Sarah, like sort of coming back after leaving the conversation.
You come back. She's still like kind of like crouched down over Daniel. His head turns quietly as you approach.
Is Daniel's like awake? Is he like?
Yeah, I think that the healing from Sarah had like brought him back to consciousness, though he was badly injured.
I think Renora like kind of slows down for a second, like seeing Daniel.
Are you all right, boy? How are you feeling?
I'm hurt pretty badly. I think I would have.
Don't much.
Yeah, he should get some rest, and then I think he'll make it through though. You and Naharik notice something? What is?
Yes.
Like Renora like glances at Naharik.
Aes Sedai, I think that you should see this.
What is it? And Sarah will sort of follow them if they lead her to the Waygate.
Yeah, I think Renora does like kind of gesture to like Drayson and Callum and Bren as well, like kind of like gives them a look like there's something up over here.
Okay.
Come, everyone.
So as Sarah is going to follow, what do the rest of you want to do?
Tristan will thank Bryn for his, attempt to care for him, and then make his way up the hill to see what this point of interest is.
Okay. Bren, you're going to follow with him. Callum, are you going to go with everyone?
Yeah, Callum is gonna follow close by Brim probably. Although he's like, should someone stay with Daniel?
You look
Daniel,
back.
he needs some rest. You two stay close.
The horse is all still down there as well, obviously. Feldspar and Drayson, I'm sorry. I always am going to mispronounce it.
It's all right.
It's all right. And the third, as yet unnamed horse taken from your assailant some days ago. So, like, slowly, the group of you kind of following. Saraz just behind Arkham out in front. You guys walk through the winding trees, the buds of spring kind of just coming forth on the grass still short, crunchy, and cold air. The sun falling. It's the kind of western horizon it's grown. And as the group of you make your way up over kind of crest of the side, you see this magnificent stone archway, twisting stone flowers, truly a thing of magic. Your stonework is such that it looks like it grew out of.
You recognize what this is, Aes Sedai?
That's a good question. Do I recognize it?
Yeah, you want to make a history check. Which kind of history?
I'm seeing knowledge history as a check.
Yeah, make knowledge history check. Make a knowledge history check. Yeah.
Can I make a check too, Rich?
Sure. Yeah, what do you got? History?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, go for it.
I got a 13.
With a 13. Can I have you also maybe make, hold on one second here. Let's trace and roll. Tom, why don't you also make a gather information check as you're kind of scanning this? Drayson with a 12. As you're just kind of like looking over this thing, Sarah.
That was better. 20.
20.
Dirty 20.
And I think that you're like, going through all the knowledge, the lore that you learned in Tarvalin, in the White Tower. You learned much in your studying. And as you're looking over it, it's obvious to you it's Ogier stonework, as it is to you, Drayson. I think that both of you are able to identify, like, oh, right, the Waygate, the ways. And I think that you especially, Sarah, like you identify the kind of Avendasaur in the center. Like you can see this key, and you know that the ways are troublesome for those unfamiliar. Though I don't think you have like deepest of knowledge of like the dangers therein. That's fair.
I've heard, I've read about the ways and these way gates. They are a path to other places that you can travel quickly. I must admit our knowledge on them is limited. I believe the Ogier are more than us on this one. The builders.
Well, I would certainly hope so. Yes, the way gates were gifts.
And I think like Renor like glances at like Callum and Brad for a moment.
They were grown over time, but unfortunately for quite some time now they have not been used. They have fallen somewhat of a bit of disrepair, and it can be dangerous, or so my elders have told me.
Very dangerous.
I think Callum is really drawn towards it, just like the stonework of it all, just like his earth affinity. I think he's just kind of moving forward towards it, just studying it, just taking it all in because it's just such a magnificent feat. Like I said, it looks like it's next being grown, and Renor's head has been grown, and he's just like, wow. Just like
I think Renora like stays close, not too far. Yeah.
Have you ever
They're
been to Camelin, Callum? Have you ever been to the capital of Andor or anything like that?
Doubtful, unless Bran and Callum went through there on their travels. But I don't know if Bran and Callum would have gone through a major city, or if they would have tried to go around.
I kind of think we would have avoided big cities and stuck to smaller settlements.
Yep, that's what I would figure. So I think that, as like a country boy, right, growing up kind of in the heartland, as it were, the outskirts of Ant, I don't know that you've ever seen Ogier stonework like this. And it really is just outstanding, kind of incredible detail. Know plenty of people that work in stone. The mine, certainly. So deft or gentle in touch, but plenty of the people with stone, and plenty of sculptures and stone masons. This truly is like something separate as you're looking. This takes you aback.
Tell me, Builder, would it be possible to use this waygate for us to travel quickly? I feel that we should try and make our way to Queen Tenobia. She deserves to be told about what's coming with this Mazrim Taim.
Of course, the it can certainly be used to get from place to place rather quickly, but the it is dangerous, and it is not what it used to be. There is a terrible wind. I've not been into the ways, I've only been told of stories. Black wind. Mashin Shin.
Yes, that's worrisome, of course, but I fear what will happen if we don't make it to Tenobia in time. This Master Taim and what he can do, it might it might be something that we have to risk.
I admit we're not that far, and I think the elders always said I was too curious, but having not been inside the ways, I admit I'm interested in seeing them with my own eyes.
Then we should go explore. What are we waiting for? Do you see anything else around here that we can do before we go into the ways? Does anyone need any berries or water or something?
A second here. I think Ben has been listening into this whole conversation, having no idea what the ways are. I don't even need to roll. He would never have anything like that in his history. And so everything you're saying, he's like learning for the first time. And he's just told that we're talking about going into this thing that the Ogier just warned us had a mysterious, dangerous black wind. So I think he's kind of interrupting the conversation here and saying, why are we even considering this? Dangerous.
Well,
She said so.
Well, only if the black wind is not everywhere in the ways. It is possible that it could find us, but it's not. Who knows? It could be a world away.
Or it could be right inside the door waiting for us.
Well, if that is the case, then we can just come back out again.
And shut the door. We close the door if the black wind is here. Then we run the other way.
Besides, this is an opportunity
Or
for
we encounter it.
for us to do something that extraordinary, something that people don't normally do. Think of what that could do for our names. How many people have traveled through a way today in this modern time? We have to try.
There are many extraordinary ways a person can die, but I want to live.
Well, the only thing that we need to consider is, number one, you need to follow me and listen to what I say. There will be stones. If I remember correctly, there will be stones, little islands. It is the ways. There are ways to get places, and there are islands that we travel to, and on each island there will be guidings. And I will guide us as best I can. And we are not so far.
Take it from me, she's a very good guide.
Ren, I have powers that can be used to protect. I need you and Callum to trust that I will keep you safe.
And
You need us to trust that you'll keep us. Will you just say that you'll keep us safe?
I will do what I can.
I think that Drayson maybe rolls his eyes a little at Sarai, but just like, where only only where Bryn and Callan can see him. But he does say to him, regardless of what the Aes Sedai says, keep this in mind. We need to create distance from the interesting person that we just separated from, who, if he learns of y'all's abilities, would probably not let us get away ever again. This is an opportunity to do that. He will never find us again if we go through the ways. And while you have legitimate concerns about interesting ways to die, Bryn, we will all die very interestingly if Master Tame finds out that the two of you can channel.
I do want to be very clear. The elders have forbidden the use of the ways.
And I think Renora gestures to the overgrowth.
The tree singers, my people, what I can do, they have sung purposefully to hide them so that they will not be used. However, I have found that some of their own ways to be... There's a reason that I left, and there is a reason that I'm here. And I would like to see the ways for myself. The thing to remember is that as we're going through, if you feel the air is still, if you feel a wind, run. That is the best that I can do.
You can
Yes,
bring your horses. 'Cause I know you don't run very fast.
Kisserai does my running for me, Nahar.
Yes, I can see that.
What about Daniel? Is it safe to take him as hurt as he is? We can't just leave him behind.
No.
We will take him. He will rest as best he can on the journey. But it is urgent that we make our way to Tenobi as quickly as possible. We must warn her about Nazram Taim. I must warn my sisters, and I believe that there, with Queen Tenobi and my sisters, that is the safest place for you, in my opinion. And then Callum. You two, I believe that the safest place you can be is with my sisters.
Rich, would Renora?
Yeah. I think you see Callum's face kind of go white as Sarah just blatantly says, "Yeah, I'm delivering you to the hands of other Aes Sedai." Yeah. Not a great selling point there, I think. And I don't know if you need a big insight check to see how that.
I don't even think you need a roll sense motive. It sounds like you can just see it.
Yeah. I mean, Callum's not good at hiding his like freak out here, and just I think at that, just like Sarah, just like promising to take them to her sisters is not going over well with him at the moment.
What were you going to say, Taylor?
That would Renora know? I'm kind of like looking at a list of waygates here, and there is one in Meridon.
Sure is.
Renora would know? Would she know that?
Sure. Yeah. This is like your territory to a certain extent, right? Like your kind of steading is like dead south of Meridon. It's like far, right? You're at the bottom of kind of Saldaea, between Emond and the Black Hills. But I think that you would probably.
All right.
Yes, there is a waygate in Meridon, and we could... I would think get there rather quickly, especially if we went through the ways. But we need to stick together.
I agree with the Ogier.
Keep each other safe.
Yeah, I think she does like pointedly look at like Brett and Callum when she says that. She wants to. It's pretty clear that she wants like protect everyone in this. Being genuine, but.
So I think that the wind kind of like cuts through behind, which is kind of. The sun is falling a bit low in the sky. Screwed. Gate. This is down. You guys want to do?
Do you all think? Shall we go into the ways? As I said, it will be quick. We are not so far from Meridon.
Hey, no. The danger in there seems... But the danger of staying out here.
Well, we also... We haven't heard of many people going into the ways, so we don't know what it's like or what we'll face. This was a great work of my people at one point, and I will have a hard time walking away without seeing inside.
That I am outvoted. Great. I think Bren looks at Callum. I don't think we should stay here alone with that thing that was following us.
Callum's face goes white again as he completely forgot about the thing that was following him after everything that's happened. And he's like, between a rock and a hard place, huh? Okay, yeah.
We can ensure that no one can follow us, if that makes you feel any better.
A bit?
Bren, Callum, if you don't want to go, I won't leave you. But believe me when I say that I think this is the best option for us at the moment.
I trust that you mean that, Drayson.
Callum's just going to follow Bryn's lead. Whatever Bryn does, Callum is just, going to trust his instincts over his own. So,
Rich,
Well, good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. First go.
Would there be any way that Naharik would be able to recognize the trefoil leaf? Or, yeah.
I think that, you know what, Narik, make a... Oh, I told you, you, saw the leaf last time. Make a history check with, a +4 on the roll. Knowledge history.
Okay. I'm just going to roll it and add a 4.
That's fine.
Yeah, 11.
11. I think that you, that's enough for you to, recognize it. You don't necessarily know it's the key or any of this or any of that, right? But you, recognize the leaf itself, given its prominence to your people.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that he's just, tracing around on the stone gateway, trying to see, what's up with it. I guess not being able to figure it out in the background.
Make a search check for me. Okay.
An 8.
Okay, got it. Yep. You're looking you see the trefoil leaf of a Vendosaur hand kind of moving over the stonework, as it were. Yeah.
Do you all... Perhaps would some of you like to go get Daniel and the horses? If we are doing this.
Yes, of course. Callum, Bren, will you please help me? Let's pick Daniel up and get him onto the horse. And... Bren, I noticed you with Drayson earlier. You seem quite adept with your poultices and your herbs. So, I think you can see to him as we travel through the woods.
Okay. Do the two of you
I was going to watch him anyways. I think reluctantly he follows. I think he wants to help Daniel get set, although he being told.
Yeah. Well, I think Callum will at least she asked us this time instead of telling us. That's a start, maybe.
Yeah, that's an improvement.
Okay. So the three of you make your way back down to the water, and as you're gathering up Feldspar and the other horses, Bren, Dan, as you come back, his eyes kind of flutter up, and he's going now. I'll be all right. I can still ride, I think.
We found another way to go that we hope we'll get there faster and safer, but any promises, be ready.
Right. Oh. Right. I think he looks to Soraya. Do you think this is the right way to go, Aes Sedai?
I do. I believe that this is what will be safest for everyone.
I think you saved my... I can trust you with... So you're helping him saddle up onto him. What were you saying, Taylor?
I was gonna ask, it is overgrown with vines and things. Can Renora tracing to clear it up a little bit?
Okay, Renora can in fact do this thing. Yes. You sure can. I am looking up your tree singing quick.
Yeah, so for scale, for her to tree sing a board or a plank, it takes a minute. So but yeah.
So you're not necessarily trying to create an item, you're just trying to sing the stuff out of the
I think
way.
she's thinking of stories of the tree singers tree sung this foliage, so
that have covered it up. Go ahead and make a tree singing check.
Okay. This is exciting. I love a tree singing check.
It's
Now I just
quite
have
a
to
skill.
find it.
And yeah.
There it is, I found.
What do Naharik and Drayson see as you begin doing this?
21. Okay. So I think Renora, I think she stands in front of it where she was with Callum, and I think she starts stomping. She starts to make kind of a beat for herself. And it's kind of gosh, how to describe it? It's a lot of I guess it for a real world comparison, it's kind of very Viking-esque in nature, where it's these sort of deep, throaty sounds coming from her chest as she stomps and sings to these trees in a way that it sounds like a tree, how they creak and move, but it's this throaty sound coming from a humanoid rather than from a tree itself.
And so, Drace and Naharik, you guys watch as Renora begins this kind of rhythmic stomping, this reverberation kind of echoing out, filling the lonely hillside, the wind kind of whistling behind her as the sun is kind of fully sort of setting, last glimmer of purple twilight on the horizon, the thin patter of drizzle kind of falling. I think down in the clearing, it's the young kid Daniel gets up into the horse, kind of leaning in the saddle. Callum leads Feldspar, Sarah, Ren come with the other horses back up the hill as you hear this song echoing down from above. It can only be one of your companions, right? But all of you, quite taken with, it's quite a sound. Excellent performance. And for Naharik and Drayson in particular, you see the vines begin kind of twisting, parting out of the, writhing themselves down, pulling themselves back down to the ground. The grass that's grown kind of tall and up against the edge, it's parting. As the way clears around, opening passage such that the horses can be easily led up towards it.
I think that as he sees this, Drayson is just gonna kind of look over at Naharak and he's gonna say, I feel like I have wandered into a story of legend. And it is what I have always dreamed of. Is this what it is like to travel with an Ogier and an Aes Sedai?
Well, yes, of course. And I mean, I am a legend too. So yes, if you are around me, you are in a story of legend. What we go explore, we go to see the things that most people have not seen. And most people will not do. Because we only have one chance at this. And who knows when the Dark One will come back.
And I count myself fortunate to have encountered you, my friend.
And may they write great tales about us. I mean, Renora, she's very good at writing. And Ogier, they write lots of books. So maybe if we have an epic adventure up here in Saldaea, maybe they will write a book and it will last longer than either the two of us.
That would be lovely.
And so, as the others make their way up the hillside, night like kind of fully setting in, darkness sort of swallowing up the sky, stars and moon skewer in above, clothes kind of opening from growing chill. Yeah, 6 of you with Daniel and the stand is now kind of debris clean. Gate. Yeah.
I think Renora like kind of looks like a little like bashful as like everybody sort of gathers.
Well, that should make things a little easier.
Renora, I've been looking at this for a while. I don't know how to open it. How do you open it?
Oh, of course. Are we all ready?
Yes.
Say so. As ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah, I second that.
Well,
Yeah, I think Renora like looks for the Aventusaur leaf to move.
You see it decidedly reaching down, your kind of massive fingers rolling. Do you like grass? Just off of stone itself. All of you see Renora hold, looks small, and it's kind of like, palm-sized stone, sort of. Suddenly, the actual, stone lines and leaves that are in the center of these 2 kind of heavy pillared arches, they almost begin kind of movement of the vines and the trees that just move for Renora's song. They, come to life, writhing in front of you. So slight, though not in a dangerous way, but rather kind of peeling themselves back, rolling, grasping on edges of the pillar, and kind of unfurling. And see in front of you, stone, this smooth, polished, almost glassy surface. Other side, kind of just obscure as you peer.
well, stay close, everyone.
I think Renora takes a deep breath and will step inside.
And with that, Renora steps forward, just silently kind of pushing in through. Which way?
Naharik immediately follows.
Okay, Renora, then Naharik.
Grayson looks to Callum and Bren and waits until they go in.
Okay.
Brent
Yes,
looks at Callum and then
I'll need your help
reluctantly
getting
starts
Daniel in.
walking forward.
Okay. leading the horse with Daniel
Yes,
on
of course.
it. You like start heading forward, Bren, like, slipping through. Can I have you just make an animal handling check? The horse kind of balks a little bit. I think that with the Daniel on it, it's like a little comforted, so you can have +2 to the roll. As Daniel's kind of coaxing it forward.
Handle animal.
Yeah, does handle.
Oh,
With
not great. You say +2 though, so that'll
Yeah.
make it 11.
With the +2 at 11, like the horse kind of halts a little bit as you leap up towards the arch and like back. And I think Daniel's back like pats it on the neck like, it's okay, boy. You're safe. They'll look out for us. And it like reluctantly follows, and Bren with that like steps through, vanishing, the horse kind of following behind. Yeah, who's next?
I think Sarah will go right behind.
Okay.
She's with Bren and Daniel.
Okay. Sarah kind of following close behind.
Yeah, and Callum will go next.
May I similarly
Feldspar.
have you make a handle animal check, Cal?
Yeah. Wish I had put some points towards this instead of just writing, but we'll see how it
It's
goes.
okay.
14.
14 is excellent, as Feldspar, having traveled far with you, all the way from the kind of heartlands up here into the borderland kingdom of Saldaea, Feldspar follows pretty confidently with a little resistance of like, I can't go through that. And you just like ease the reins a little bit as he follows you, the pair of them vanishing through, leaving merely you behind, Drayson. Drayson, may I have you make a spot check? There's nothing to see here. Don't worry. This is just one of those standard spot checks. You know, we just want to make sure the dice are working. Grayson hasn't rolled it.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Sheet's set up just fine.
Yeah, just for no particular reason at all.
Yep, no problem. So, Drayson,
Yeah, I see nothing.
everybody
Everything is
having
great.
headed through. You stand with K-Star. What would you like to do? You gonna head through?
Oh yeah.
Handle animal check. $12. Excellent. The horse confidently kind of following as you come striding in from. With that, all of you kind of having emerged and started making your way forward, step into possible and natural escape. Find yourself kind of on a stone ramp leading up from the gateway to a long stone bridge, so long kind of vanishes away to the darkness out in front of you. The air around you still, this kind of permeable light in the environment, but the cast of cold darkness all around. You like the clopping of the horse's hooves on the stone as they come, and I think like starting to move forward, you see the bridge in front of you, cracked, broken, bits of the railing kind of shattered and fallen. For those of you peering edge to see what lies below there, but darkness just kind of falling to a void. There are seemingly no supports underneath, and as you kind of look around, you see this crisscrossing of kind of bridges above you, possibly held strange angles, right? And slowly, heartbeats, the moments pass, and one by one, peering back through this kind of mirrored reflection, the view on the other side, unclear, but this kind of like light coming back towards you. Darkness when you look outside.
Yeah, I think also immediately upon entry, Renora strikes up one of her torches. I think, knowing that there's darkness like waiting on the other side.
Got it. So Renora like kind of torch coming to life just as a lot of you make your way in. Yeah, so the way behind you is still open. You find yourselves on this like long bridge leading.
Yeah, Richard, I think when Drayson comes through and he sees that Renora has lit her torch, since he's in the back, he's going to light his torch too, so that there's one at the front and the back.
Okay, excellent.
So,
Through
Renora.
third as he steps through.
Go for it,
Go
Brandon.
ahead.
What were you going to say?
Through third, I think he kind of like is taken aback. This is not what he expected at all, and probably seizes onto the one power out of defensiveness.
And I think if a Callum comes through and immediately senses the power, Callum is going to try to grab the power because he's freaking out. Why is Bryn grabbing the power? What's going on? He's immediately going to try.
Go
But
for it.
he may not succeed.
Make a composure check here, Callum, as you have not managed your block yet, trying to grab for Sidene. Bren, you feel the like sick, tainted power like just coursing over you as you grab onto it, and it floods into your senses. 14, does that make it for you?
I
Always forget your DC. It's been a minute. Yeah.
It's been a while. I think it does, but let me pull up the source book right here. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves while I look up.
Yeah.
I do think that Renora like looks at Naharik and like nods and is gonna like go back towards the wait gate with and like pairs the Venusaur leaf with the other on the other side to close the gate.
So it is not openable from the outside. You have left the key in here.
Yeah.
Noted.
What?
Hey, got
Uh,
you.
All right. So
What does that do, Hilder?
I'm closing the gates so that no one can follow us.
Okay, so to be able to grasp the one power through the block, it's a DC 15, unless I am already in the state that is conducive to me channeling, in which case it would be a DC 10.
Which is fear, right?
Yes.
Yes. You tell me, are you that scared, right? Are you that, like, terrified that it's 10?
I've been doing my best to help you.
To freak me out, yeah. I think, I think Callum. I honestly, I was going to say that as soon as Callum came in and saw like saw what he was dealing with the endless void and the broken bridge and everything, he was going to be freaked out and reaching for stuff. So I think coming in and seeing, I think he's like already like pretty scared about the whole situation. Unknown things. Bryn's not really happy about stuff. So I think Callum was definitely afraid going in, and then like coming in and just instantly feeling Bryn grasping things. Yeah, like I think Callum is definitely terrified.
As your heart like seizes for a moment and begins pounding in your chest, you feel like the sweat welling underneath you. I need for you to make a will saving, Callum.
Ooh.
It's not relevant, don't worry. It's definitely.
Yeah. It's testing out the dice again.
Yeah. Just gotta, we haven't rolled any like this game yet.
Oh
so
my
we might as well
gosh.
start.
All right, so I'm trying. Oh, there it is. Like a will saving throw. I've not seen that before.
It's interesting, right? The saving throws being only fortitude, reflex, and will, right? Can you get out of the way? Can you handle it? Yes. Callum tries to resist. And he succeeds, whatever it is that he might have been resisting. As like the fear is like overwhelming you. Sidene like a torrent just surging over you as you're trying to just like grab hold of it. The like oily, slick power just like surging through you. Sharpening everything in this strange, empty void of a place. The gate closes behind. Stand on a bridge over a span of nothing. Renora's torch flickering light around. Grayson in the back. And so you begin to lead them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay close and watch your step.
That all begin plopping the iron shod hooves of the horses on the bridge. Dull. Feel like they should echo in this space, but it's almost as though they die right after they sound. Just swallowed by the emptiness of the place as you begin to move, passing on these crossing bridges in front. Place around. It's just right. It's another 10 or goat bridges now beneath, twisting in various directions, and the bridge itself begins to like arch down. As you kind of have walked for about 45 minutes, imagine it's like a tense, awkward sort of silence. Bridge comes down island, at which on the other side you see kind of stone pillar, perhaps as tall as like one of the horse's shoulders, covered in words. You'd like recognize it's one of the guiding. The island itself is like twisted remnants of like a broken tree. It's barren, sickly looking almost, in this figure as their branches reach into like the darkened sky. There is no grass beneath you, but this kind of ashy soil. As you step off, and you could see now coming off this island, 3 separate bridges going into directions, some longer, some further. Yeah. What would you like to do?
I think also like as we're kind of traveling, I think Renora like tries to keep her gaze forward and focus. Obviously like watching her large steps in this place, but is like equally like scared, but like kind of exhilarated and like I think like she makes some like passing comments like what
must have this looked like
when it was grown and like being used. But I think as like they come to the island, she kind of like hurries along a little bit towards the guiding, and when she like gets there, she like turns back. It's like,
this is one of the guidings that I was mentioning. I'll do my best to read it.
and I think she starts to like kind of run her fingers over it to see the script.
As you begin to look at it, realize a terrible thing. My audio keeps cutting in and out. That's not ideal. I'm sorry. As you start looking over it, you're very alarmed to see that over the Ogier script and the kind of marking, the runes inlaid by your people, there are harsh marks. There look to be things scraped away, part of the stone smashed and chiseled off. It looks like it has been like defaced to an extent. Can I have you make a decipher script roll, Renora? You can have +4 on this roll, as it is fundamentally Ogier underneath.
Decipher script. Okay. I'm adding.
We're going for all the weird checks here.
So 17.
Wow. With the 17, you were able to see that some of the markings, at least, see marking towards the north, where the steadings that have been swallowed by the blight now are in the direction of Marathon. You're able to feel pretty confident about which one of these bridges to take off this island. And so, keep leading everyone forward.
Yeah, I think she looks very disappointed at the defaced guiding, and it's muttering to herself about the filth of the darkness and
got it.
But yeah, reassures everyone that she's able to read and knows the way forward and is confident in that.
As you continue moving forward, you guys head over this bridge onto another island, onto another bridge, onto another island. The place around you, empty, barren, and twisted like an M.C. Escher drawing, which none of you have seen in this world, but bridges moving at like impossible angles, some going up over like these great spans, some of them like impossibly long. The islands themselves like seem like perhaps once they might have had some protective edges around them, but they are, some are very narrow and small. The horses like skittish from the edges of it. You walk for like another 15 minutes. That is the end of your torches. You guys would have to light more torches if you.
Yeah, I mean, Renora's going to try and keep a light source going here for sure.
Okay, so you're on torch number 2 just to mark your inventory down. Okay, Renora. I guess with Renora like leading the group, you guys move for like the better part of another hour. I think that you find like another guiding at a certain point that's like completely destroyed, and are a little bit nervous, but kind of pressing in a direction you feel good to. When it's at like the end of the second hour, you come to like your third guiding on one of these much larger islands. There are like bridges kind of leading down and over. I'm going to have you one more time make another decipher script check with the +4 still.
Okay.
See what you... I'm sorry, Narfiref, if my tech is not ideal. We had to make like a last minute pivot to run this through Discord. So it's 7 + 4 is 11.
Yep.
Really not sure which way we're supposed to go. And as the second of the pair of torches that you lit is like flickering out and dying, entirely positive. Feel like it's one of these 2 particular bridges, generally in the same direction. But you all, even just in the hours you've been here, realize that just because they're moving in the same direction is no indication of where things twist around kind of impossibly. Feel like you've been making turns and twists all over the place. And I think as the second torches are kind of flickering out and Renora is pensively like studying this guiding, and it's like, not sure how long this is supposed to take, but pretty exhausted. It's a long day before everything, but how long are we supposed to be in here? Sleeping here?
I'm not, I haven't been in the ways before, and I'm not sure exactly how long it's supposed to take for us to get there, but...
No, Aes Sedai. Supposed to be here.
Well, we've been Ogier to lead us. I believe we may be close. However, Ogier, do you have any idea which direction is the next one we should take?
I'm not quite sure. Some of these are hard to read.
Renora, I noticed the white line when we entered and it disappeared. Are we looking for the white line again, or what do we do?
I don't know about any.
Wait, are we lost?
No. Not lost. It's just...
Master Daniel, I need you to not worry about that. Just worry on getting better.
It's okay. Renora, as you're standing here, like, how about make an intuit direction check?
Sure.
That's a skill. I'm just trying to read this whole list tonight.
We're rolling like crazy. Make up for all the times we never roll. So.
Yeah. Big dice, big dice. 19. You're like eyeing both paths. Feel very confident about one. Feels like it's got to be the better of the two.
All right, I think I have our path forward, but I don't know how much longer we have. It is up to all of you and Daniel here if we should press forward.
Well, I think that pressing forward is really the only option at this point. However much farther it is, can't be as far as trying to go back.
Can Throw make like an assessment, like look over at Daniel and like see like how he looks and whether he could go on, how much longer she thinks he could go on, or like it gets worse for him.
Absolutely. Why don't you make a sense motive check to read Daniel? Okay. Or a medicine check, I guess. Actually, a medicine check would work too, Tom, as you're trying to like really just assess his health, right? We love a medicine check, Tom. Yeah.
We love a medicine check. I don't know if there is a medicine check. I think it's a heal.
It's heal. It's heal. Yeah, it's heal. Yeah. It's a skill. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's as close as we can get to a medicine check, which we love. Nice. I got a. Well, no. Oh, never mind. I got a 13. I thought I got much better.
That's fine. 13's not bad. They merge so many skills, Narfi. It's like, it's wild. As you're looking at him, like, yeah, he could use sleep. I mean, this kid almost died. You gave him 1 hit point worth of healing, but like, he probably would have bled to death if you weren't there. He took an arrow like clean through his shoulder and has now been riding for like a solid 2 hours through this weird space. So he doesn't look like he's gonna like fall over dead, but he looks like a real, like worn out. You know, his eyes are sunk in the bags, like breathing kind of heavy. He's tired, beat up.
Let us rest. Let us get some rest for the night. I have a way to keep us safe. But I believe Daniel does some rest at this point.
Safe? What do you mean?
Rest in here.
Drayson, if you notice, Daniel took an arrow in the shoulder previously, and he's we've healed him.
That was right after I was impaled by a lance. I'm very familiar with the fact that he was hit with an arrow.
Perhaps you could use some rest as well.
So
no, I'm fine.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your concern.
Have a quick ruling question. So the text for heal says this weave cannot be used to. The weave can only be cast once per target per day. So that means like since Sarah's healed Daniel, no one else can cast healing on him, or is that just once from the one healer?
Sarah didn't heal with magic though, right? Because she healed.
She did.
No,
you did heal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she did like the bare minimum that she could, just so he didn't die.
Okay.
But because of the timing and everything for casting.
Gotcha.
But
I would say.
I think my reading of it is probably that like the healing can only be done once on a person a day. But I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, my thinking would be because the healing does take something out of them, it comes from like their like needing to eat afterwards.
It burns them. Yeah, it's like their metabolism like supercharges almost, right? I would say like I think it is just one like that you can catch in a day.
All right. I figured so. I just wanted to like double check.
It's a great question. I'm like sitting here thinking about the precedent of like half the party full of channelers, right? Of like, this is going to matter where we land on this, you know?
Yeah,
but
especially with the 3.5 third edition healing and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's the deal, right? And it's the situation of like, most times you're probably gonna want to pop off if you're gonna do it. With the very specific exception of Sarah's intention here was to like not heal him too much, to be like, oh, he can't ride on, he's exhausted, right? Was very like intentional and specific. So I think that yes, he can't be healed again by any. Yeah. So, as Sarah is saying, like, I think we need to rest. You back and forth.
Does Renora have any sense of how much longer it would take to get to like the other Wicket?
Since the corruption of the ways, you can walk in the ways for an hour, come out 1,000 leagues. You walk for 5 days and come out steading store. It's really impossible to discern. It's corrupt.
If you feel that we need to rest, then I will stay awake as long as I can to make sure that we're okay.
What were you going to say, Bren? Were you going to say something?
I was just asking, how long have we been in here so far?
2 hours.
I think Bren is gonna put in his 2 cents here. If we're gonna rest, we should have rested before we came in. We have to get through as quick as possible.
I do agree that it's best that we move,
Renora?
but...
Rich, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You mentioned that the barkers were defaced, right?
Yeah, some of them. Yeah.
Did it look like it was a natural thing, or did somebody do it?
Looked like it was done by someone. Why don't you make a search check as you're looking at it?
Well, I was gonna.
Yep.
I was
go
gonna
ahead and ask. I'm sorry. Yep.
No, I was just and I don't know. This might be a little bit of me using my metagame knowledge, but would the particular defacement be something that Drayson would recognize because he has experience with the blight?
Make
possibly
make a search check with +4 to your roll.
Okay.
As you're like kind of looking past Renora at this thing. Oof, 9. You're not sure exactly. Just not sure. This whole place is so unnatural and weird,
Okay. I think that Bryn is right. I think that we should move as quickly as possible through this place. It is unfortunate that Daniel is in need of rest, but he will rest better once we get through the ways.
Point is well taken, Sir Drayson. I will keep an eye on Daniel, and if the situation worsens, I will let you all know that it is urgent that we stop. But if it seems like the builder wishes to proceed, and I will trust the builder's wisdom on that.
I can push on, Saldaea. I'm not that weak yet. I'll be okay. I don't want to stay here longer than I have to.
Let us see if we can get to the next island at least.
Okay. Renora.
You are a brave man, Daniel.
I mean, you have to demonstrate to me that Saldaeans are at least as brave as a Shanaran.
I didn't even have a sword. They just shot me. You just wait and see next time. My hand's on a woodcutter's axe. They'll think twice at least.
I could sing you one if you like.
Can sing me an axe?
Again,
I think Renora like shows him hers.
I think he's like looking from like the handle of your axe to like Naharik Sashantar. It's like, oh really? Roosevelt, huh? Next thing I know, one of you will tell me you know Jane Farstrider.
I think Renora gets a crack.
I think like the like warm laughter of the Ogier as the group of you proceed off the island, following the direction route guide. Coming to another, and then there's kind of a short bridge as you're spanning. Naharik, you're like kind of with Renora up near the front, right?
Yep. Looking around, kind of, keeping an eye on things, looking for this white line.
Can I have everybody make spot checks?
Oh. Love that.
It's not a big deal.
Love that we're on a map. All of it. Great.
Bren with the 5, Naharik with the 20, Renora's got the 8. Trayson's got the 10. 15 for Sarah and 13 for Callum. So Callum and Bren, as we're coming up on like...
Mine is +4.
Because you're holding the power.
Yeah.
Okay, which brings you to 9. That was exactly what I was going to ask. Are you still holding on to Sidene after these 2.5 hours or so? Bren is.
Yeah, Callum definitely is. This place is freaking him out.
Yep.
No
Gosh. Oh my gosh.
And I was going to say... I was going to say that whenever Drayson like pointedly mentioned the injury that he took, Callum would have dropped back to him and said, Drayson, I can help with that. I can heal you if you'd like, if you don't mind me using the power. I know that some people don't like that, but if you need it, I can help.
Callum, I trust you, but I don't... Maybe when we get out of here.
Okay, I understand. No, go back forward.
Yeah. And Sarah has not actually embraced the source.
Got it.
She knows enough about this place that it's like related to Sidene. There's like sets of the taint, and so she's worried that if she embraces the source, something bad might happen. And she isn't aware that Bren and Callum are holding the source, which she would have told them to do.
Got it. Naharik and Sarah. Sarah, you're like walking along beside the horse with Daniel on it. Bren kind of like leads front. See Callum fall back to like talk with Drayson for a minute, just as you're kind of crossing the short bridge. Naharik and Renora having just kind of made landfall on the other side. You, Sarah, hear like rocks kind of slide for a minute. Your head like tilts. Naharik Iswid, your warrior's training just feels it. The hair on the back of your neck stands up as you like feel around and look above you. This island with these kind of like mounds of rocks, and your head turns up just in time to see the hulking 9-foot tall form. Hairy, goat-faced Trolloc holding a wretched curved sword, hurling itself off this rock down towards the lot of you. Let me put you guys on the real map, and Naharik and Sarah, I'll have you guys roll initiative real quick.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so glad I can roll initiative so I can spend my turn embracing power.
Yeah, you love that, right?
Oh, jeez, that's great. Oh,
Business is about to pick up.
Business is about to pick up. Okay. So, with that, gosh, those are some rolls, eh?
yeah, those are some rolls indeed.
Just here. As the Trolloc comes heaving down for Renora, sword like clutched in hand. It is going to attack. Bear with me for a second here. Here we go. Yeah, excellent. That's a critical one as the Trolloc hits the ground next to you, and you, like, surprised as you are, like, stagger away. It, like, kind of hooks its foot on a rock, stumbling forward, falling to the ground, prone, in front of you, Renora. That's its turn. Naharic Iswid, you are up.
Yeah, so Naharic, as he sees, he tries to warn Renora if that was possible. Renora, watch out, shadow spawn! And he like goes running towards it, but he doesn't get there in time before it attacks Renora. And as he's running, he like pulls up the veil over his face, he, like hoods his, throws his hood over his head, and he just comes whipping around with his Ashendari. And as he sees it fall down on the ground, he's gonna jab it right in the back of the neck. Let's see what happens.
Go for it. You may attack. You're attacking a prone creature. It's going to give you +2 to hit.
+2. Oh, okay.
Hey.
Sorry, one moment here.
I'm going to check. I'm looking at combat modifiers. Prone, flank. And I don't care about cover. I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't care about that. Nope. Yep. Yeah, I think it's just +2. Go for it.
Yeah. And I can't flank, right?
Oh, +4.
Like a big creature.
You can't flank it, but you get +4 to attack.
Okay, I'm just gonna add the +4 after the fact. So I rolled an 11 +4, so
15 hits. You may roll damage.
Nice.
And I will do so in a minute because my character sheet keeps disappearing on me.
No problem.
I think that's the turn.
You can full attack, as you didn't really have to like move very far to close in on it. You could attack with your offhand too if you'd like.
Okay, sounds good. I will do that. We are going to single attack with the blade, and then single attack with the staff.
19, 23 hits. Yes. Those both hit. You could go ahead and roll damage and tell me what it looks like as you like 1-2 this guy on the ground.
I mean, it's just standing there on the ground, and it attacked my homie Renora. So we're gonna go. Oh, there's a little bit of a crit there too. We got a little bit of a fail and a little bit of a crit. So I think that like he goes to like slash it with the blade, but misses. I guess like it's like reeling on the ground, and then like he like flips the blade and then just like jabs it down, kind of like Gandalf, he shall not pass, like right into the back of the spine.
Yeah, you like smash him square in the back with the thing. That's Naharic on 14. Sarah, you're up on 7.
So even when I'm doing a full turn action, I can still take 1 step, right?
You could always take a 5-foot step. Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah. So Sarah is going to take 1 step back, and then embrace the source in Sidar, calming her mind and letting Sidar flow through her.
Saraz, you step in like kind of behind him, channeling. Sidar like cascading through you, giving you comfort, solace. You feel strength. On 7, you hear like as like the dead, broken, shattered wood of this tree like breaks away as a second Trolloc comes like barreling out towards you, Naharic. You like look over your shoulder, wheeling as he comes running up, the Sith sword clenched in one hand, a kind of shield loosely in the other. It will swing wildly for you. 20, Naharik. Does that hit?
Yeah, 20 definitely hits.
Or 7 points of damage, of slashing damage, as you feel like the sword bite into your back. You like roll, pulling yourself, wheeling away so it does not cleave your arm off as this massive beast comes for you, but gouging into your armor a bit. You take a hit. With that, everybody may click their tokens and roll initiative as we come around to the top of the round. That's Renora. That's Bren.
Also, just as a question, Rich, this is considered like flat-footed, right? When we're getting like attacked in this way?
Yes.
Like
when
okay.
you are surprised like that, you don't have that's flat-footed, which flat-footed is basically just you don't get your dexterity modifier to your AC, right? You're not like if you don't know what's coming, you can't get out of the way, right?
Yes.
Rich, it's not letting me select Rayson.
Oh, probably because I didn't give correct permissions to our beautiful new Drayson art. Hang on 1 second and save. That should work now, maybe? I think.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, and this Trolloc didn't move at all within my range, right? The one that like came in and fell.
Well, you were surprised he like jumped down from above at you and then just like crashed into the ground, like stumbled when he landed and fell flat on his face, and now Naharik is just whomping away on him. Yeah.
It should be noted that with my combat reflexes, I still can make attack for opportunities while I'm flat-footed.
Oh, that actually is amazing.
Oh yeah,
unbelievable. But you were surprised, which is like the like superseding condition, right?
Yes,
like,
which is just but I just wanted to.
I'm just trying to like reconcile it in my head with that.
It makes perfect sense to me. Yeah.
Yep. With that top of the round, Callum, you are up.
Okay, so remind me because third edition still.
Yep.
Always computing. So I can move and then take an action.
Yep, you have
like a full round action.
You have a movement action, and then you have an action, right? You have your move action, then your action. Your move action gets used for a lot of like basic stuff. I draw a weapon, I mount a horse, I reload the crossbow. Like all of that's a move action, right? But you can move up to your movement and then take a standard action.
Okay, so
and then there's also full round actions.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but I double checked and this is not a full round action.
Okay.
So Callum is going to rush up beside Bryn.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be his pretty much all of his movement, and by doing that, he is now within range to be able to weave rend on the Trolloc that is attacking Renora.
Oh boy, as you come racing up past Syrah, I think Syrah notable that the young, timid male channeler, Callum Hearn, barrels forward before even the bold Drayson Hagar. He is standing shoulder to shoulder with his comrade Bren. Go for it, Callum. What does this entail as you're going to weave rend?
Yeah.
Brutal. Looking at it now.
Yeah.
One action range. He's in range.
Yeah. So it's a fortitude saving throw.
Sure is. I'm just going to read this for the folks in the crowd. You channel the one power to destroy flesh, wrenching bones in their socket and ripping gashes through meat and muscle. There you go. I will make.
And I think doing a second level weave is what he's doing. By the way,
got it.
The highest he can do.
You got it.
Over channeling
gets to this save. That plus that. It's really not that excellent of a roll. 19. So he makes his saving throw.
Yeah. So he's going to take half damage.
as he's laying on the ground, having just been kind of like wailed on by Naharic, like the glancing blow with the blade, but a fierce like crack into his spine with the butt of the Ashendari.
Are you kidding me?
Callum, the immensity of the moment, the strangeness of this place, you grab hold of Sidene, channeling as best you know how, in protection. Perhaps the first time you managed to rend someone's flesh was to defend yourself. Now to defend the Ogier woman who has led you into this place. Maybe not. Maybe not. Story for someday, to be certain. As you hear the Trolloc, nonetheless, even for that limited amount of 4 points of damage, kind of like, as like you see Renora and Naharic like looking over it from above. You just hear like ribs shattering in its body, like flesh tearing open on its back while it wheels its face around. I think you see like blood pouring down the side of it. Callum, that's your movement, that's your action, that's your turn.
Yeah, and Rich, you might want to look at the math on that. I don't think it did the math correctly. I don't think it's going to matter because of the half damage, but I'm not sure that the math is mathing right from the way I set it up. I think it's like subtracting things because it's treating it as a weapon attack, and so it shouldn't be
2d4 damage plus 2. Okay, I'll double check what we got going on there. It should have been, what level did you cast it at?
I cast it at second level, so it should be 2d8 plus 4 because it's like my level, right?
Yes.
Or is it the level I'm...
Yeah. Yes, it's your level. Correct. It should be 2d8 plus your level.
Plus, yeah.
Right, so it does...
So it should be 9, but it doesn't make any difference because of the halved and round down and all, but...
For your point of reference, what it's doing is it's got your strength set in there on the attack score, and I think that's where the minus is probably coming from. But
I see it now. Yeah, I will.
Noted.
Take care of that.
He is still up, though badly hurt, as like laying from prone. I think that he like slashes out at you, Naharic. He's going to use his movement action to just like grab the sword that he dropped and like lash right at your legs as you're kind of standing here looming over him.
Hey, Rich.
Yes, sir.
As he is casting Rend, could I possibly inspect the weave that he is...
Why don't you go ahead and roll?
My weave sight.
Why don't you go ahead and roll, Bren? Weave sight to see if you can perceive this. Oh, geez, Naharic. That was me rolling 20! I now will try to confirm to see if that actually is a critical.
Okay. Oh!
Nice.
The 20 into the natural 1. This is my number 1 Trolloc, and that's all he can roll. So that's not a crit, Naharic. Though he does like catch you in the leg with his like Sith sword here. Dealing 7 points of damage to Naharic Iswid.
Roger.
Bren with the 17. I'm double checking the DCs on Weave Sight, though I'm sure you're looking as well. I think you need a 25 to learn the weave if you can cast it.
I need to learn it if I am capable of casting it. 15 to identify the weave, so I think that's all I've been able to do.
So yeah, you like see the way that Callum is weaving air, spirit, and water together, not to heal, but to harm, as he tears the flesh of this Trolloc apart. That was that guy slashing at Naharic Iswid, while then, immediately afterwards, you hear, like, the sound of what is a third of these beasts. What they are doing in the ways is hard to say, as this one like comes like kind of looming over this sort of cliffside on the island in front of you, and it will hurl rocks down at you as it comes running.
Her? Yeah.
It heaves this big rock down towards you. It hits at 19 for 7 points of bludgeoning damage, as it then it has some cover while it's going to come like running towards you to the side this way. That's its movement. That's its turn. Drayson, Hakar, you're up on 18.
I have a clarification about riding my horse. He can just carry me. Yeah, that's great. Can he carry me to here and then I hop off and still have my movement?
He could. Yes. Were you riding on him?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a ride check. It's case ride. Did you buy a war horse or did you get started officially with the war horse? He's just a riding horse, right?
He's a light horse. So he's like a light war horse.
A light war horse, which is excellent. So still make a ride check for me.
So many skills.
I know, there's a bunch. And I'm actually just going to double check because they may jam you up and be like, it takes your movement to dismount. I feel like actually I just sat here and read through Ride this afternoon. There's a very good chance that mounted combat happens, so I want to know what is going on. Right, yeah. Typical riding actions. You could saddle, mount, ride, and disride, no problem. 16, you can leap down off of the mount with no problem. And sure, keep your movement. Go for it.
Cool. From there, Grayson is going to go to right there. And he is going to use... he's going to flow through Twisting the Wind as he goes past this Trolloc. He can feel free to make an attack of opportunity. And once I get to where I'm getting my flanking bonus from my friend Naharak, I am going to hit him with the Viper Flicks the Tongue and stab him repeatedly with my sword.
15. He misses your insane AC as you come like leaping through.
Yeah. You guys watch as Drayson's sword just like kind of laughs. The sword laughs as it deflects the scythe away. And this guy's about to have a bad day.
Um, 20! You have to roll again and confirm the crit. Hits. That is a critical. Go ahead, roll.
Is this our first one?
I think that is our first official crit. 20!
Very exciting.
Will you get ×3 on this sword, or is it only ×2?
No, it's only ×2, but I'm critting on like an 18 because it's a Trolloc. That's why.
Yep. Pretty nasty. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Is it gonna? Did it double it already, or?
I'm gonna double check. I don't think it did. No. Nope. That was gonna be 3 + 2. Oh no, it did actually.
There should be a specific button. Did you like the critic roll?
It looks like.
Oh no, I didn't roll that one. Here, let me try again.
It did still crit though. It knew how. Because the first one you just rolled a 3 on 1d10 plus 2 was 5, brings it up to 10.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you slash into this guy, as of yet unhurt. The Trolloc that had just kind of come up to get onto Naharak. That's 10 points of damage as you slash into his back. That's your movement. That's your action. That's your turn, Drayson.
Indeed.
Naharak is with. You're up on 14.
Yeah, so I guess like Naharak's like kind of caught in between those two. He just got smashed in the leg and just got stabbed in the arm. And I think like he's gonna pull up his Ashendari butt end that just came out of this Trolloc's back. He's just gonna like position it over his shoulder and jab it backwards right into the head of this Trolloc.
Okay.
For a full attack with the blade side.
So you have +4 to hit the one on the ground, and then you're flanking the one with Drayson.
I'm attacking the one with Grayson.
Or with Drayson. Yeah, got it. Yeah. Deception. Go for it.
All right. I don't know what any of that means.
Hell. Yeah. You rolled a 19. Does your Ashendare crit on 19?
I don't remember.
I have to double check.
I feel like it might.
It should say on your weapon right there. I'm like looking. Gosh, so many tables, you guys.
Yes, it does. It crits on 19 to 20.
Reroll, double check to confirm the crit.
The same full attack
Just make a single attack with the Ashendare.
with flanking. Submit.
26.
26.
Yeah, that's going to be a crit. So you crit damage as you plunge the spear side into the sky. The double crits from both ends between the two of you. Yep.
All right, let's see what happens with the roll.
Wow. Yup, that math does check out as well. So that's 20 points of damage plus the 10 that Drayson just did from behind. As Drayson like slashes it in the back in the ribs, you like driving the blade up, like punch it into the throat of the side of this thing, driving it at the other side of its head, killing it dead. Naharic Iswid. The like Ashendare like rips loose. You have to like twist around to kind of like throw the weight of it to the ground and free your blade. And you can make your second attack with the offhand of it, the one that is not dead.
So I did do a full attack there. How does that work? I did a full attack with the two-handed blade.
Oh, you sure did. And the second roll, believe it or not, was the critical one, which is what is hilarious. The like the 19 and then the 1. It's wild. So you would have just missed with the butt as you like try to like drive the like butt end back down into this one on the ground. He just kind of rolls out of the way, and you miss. Is how that works.
There you go.
Naharic, that was your full action. Renora, you are up.
Just to be clear, that's half mine. I get half a point for that one.
We'll see, Borderlander.
Renora.
Yeah, there's this one on the ground. Is it still on the ground in front of her?
Yeah, he's laying there prone with the sword in his hand. He just stabbed Naharic in the leg. He tried to cut one of his feet off, but Naharic's too fast on his feet.
Yeah, she just is gonna bring the axe down.
Time to split some wood. Go for it.
Yeah. No flanking, but
He's prone,
+4
so you get
'cause he's
+4 to
prone.
attack. Yeah.
Yep.
It's very weird. They have like bonuses to hit, minuses to armor class. Technically, he gets -4 to his armor class, but like the math does the math is the math. 26 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll damage, Renora. As she like raised the axe.
Oh,
like,
also,
boom.
Rich. So, one thing to note, I was just like reading as double checking my stuff, and I've been asking this whole time about the humanoids thing. Humanoids, or rolls against humanoids. In the book, which I didn't put in my notes, is that it includes humans, Trollocs, Mairdral, etc.
Got it.
So, I'm just adding a +1 to my attack rolls against these, which I now need to remember going
Got
forward.
it.
But
that Renora
anyway.
is 11 points of damage as you cleave down in. What does it look like as Renora kills this Trolloc?
I think she brings like after seeing it like slice at Naharik's leg, I think she brings the axe down with like a roar and like cuts its hand off and then like slices its head off the other way. She brings the axe back.
Yeah, as you cut its hand off, it like heaves itself up looking at you while the axe comes around and you cleave this big goat head right off of the thing. 2 Trollocs laying dead on the ground like in front of you. That's Renora. That was your action. You could take a 5-foot step. Bren, you are up.
A question for you, Rich.
Yes, sir.
Are any of these Trollocs carrying a light source?
Great question. They're not. It's seemingly how they were able to ambush you so effectively. None of them are like carrying torches or anything.
Okay. Right, So Bren can see that the two at the front are now destroyed. One at the back there coming at us. So I think, and having already seized the one power, will some sort of motion with his hands. A ball of fire will appear in his hand, and he will throw it at the Garlic in the back there. That's going to be, say, a level 3 fireball.
Level
That has
3 fireball.
Yes. Has a 10-foot burst radius and 3d6 plus channeler level damage.
And I'm making a reflex save, right?
It's a reflex save to have the damage. That's correct.
8 is not very reflexy. Reflective. That's a fail. He tried to dodge and failed.
I think he did not see that coming.
No, he did not. He had some cover, but nonetheless, that was not enough to be helpful.
Nice. Okay, so I'm going to roll. I don't have a shortcut here, so I need to type it.
It's fine. You could just use the advanced dice roller or slash it in. Yeah.
3d6 plus 4.
Nice. As like fire blooms, kind of like erupting, flashing, illuminating the like twisting stone of the strange pathway leading up, bridges off to the sides. That's 13 points of damage on him, Bren.
Okay. I still have a movement action left, I think.
You sure do, yeah.
Like standing in the middle of this bridge.
You sure are.
Okay, maybe in the middle of the group here, I'll take a couple steps forward here and get onto solid ground.
Okay, I think the horse comes like kind of following, trotting after.
Okay. I think, by the way, I think I've probably released the
reins.
The reins.
Yep. I think actually then in that case, we're going to say that Daniel like takes control of the horse and he just kind of like charges it off the bridge like into this corner. He probably should make a ride check. Let's see if he falls off the horse. No, he like manages to hold the saddle as the horse comes like trotting forward, like wheeling over into the edge. That was Bren's turn. Sarah, AJB.
Callum would like to do a weave sight check on that fireball.
You guys, go for it. Make a weave sight check, Callum. As you watch your friend hurl this ball of fire, you can see how he weaves the fire into this. Though, unfortunately, you are not sure you could replicate it. Sarah.
One of these days, Brent. One of these days, I'll figure it out.
I love it. I love you guys just checking off each other. Sarah, you have watched as these two male channelers that somehow the pattern has conspired to bring into your life charge out in front of you in defense of your friends, your traveling companions at least, hurling fire, rending flesh. You are up, Aes Sedai. What would you like to do?
So, getting into this party with the two male channelers, Sarah's been like talking to everyone, trying to kind of turn the others to be like careful about these two men. A big part of that is because deep down she is a little bit intimidated by the fact that there are two male channelers. They do outnumber her. And a big part of what she's been thinking of is that she needs these two to respect her and her power. And so seeing Bren channel a level 3 fireball, she's gonna one-up him and throw the level 4 fireball.
Yes.
So I do need to save Rich.
You got it. Do you have to over channel to do that, or you just have
No.
You're able to do that? You're
I
in
have
good
I have
shape.
one fireball. Yeah, I have one level 4.
You Aes Sedai in your training. That's a 16, however, on his dex save, his reflex save.
So the level for me, level 4, the DC is 17.
Nice! The first fireball hits him, and now he's looking as he sees the Aes Sedai conjuring fire of her own. Yeah.
For another 16 fire damage.
And with that, oh, amazing, actually. Fire washes over this Trolloc. He screams into the waves. Badly hurt. Sarah, that was your action. You have your movement. He is amazingly not dead, as he's like burning fire, like roaring off of him. You see like those birds' beak. You smell burnt feathers in the wind. As slowly you feel your clothes gusting about you, you see the manes of the horse's hair begin to flutter. Wind begins picking up. That was Sarah on. You may move if you'd like, Sarah.
Yes. And again, being like so very over dramatic, she's gonna like move to get ahead of the two men. Two male channelers. Again, so she threw this fireball and then like stepped forward and is like holding herself out, almost like she's protecting them. Even though there's also like four people like fighting and actually protecting them. Like
yeah, everybody's massing up here. I love it. With Sarah like having moved up, the horse Sarah is like trots up a little bit. Callum Hearn, you are up. You may act before this burnt, torched Trolloc. What would you like to do?
Okay, so does Callum notice the change in the atmosphere, the wind picking up?
Make a spot check. Let's just have you roll a spot check. Difficulty will be a bit higher because of the like pressing immediacy of the moment. Right.
Understandable.
Ooh, 15. I think you do. Yeah, I think you see like wind blowing as Sarah like comes in front of you and is like, you see like her like dress like blowing around, her clothes like starting to move as the wind picks up.
All right. So Callum is gonna the wind. The wind is here, and Callum is going to bolt towards Feldspar.
Okay.
To and mount. So can I get to mount Feldspar and mount Feldspar, or is mounting like
mounting him? No, it's not a full action. It would normally take your move action, but if you want to use your action to just get up on top of him, you can do that. No problem. Yeah, you could do that. No problem.
Yeah. So that's what Callum's going to do. Callum is going to rush to Feldspar and get on Feldspar, and I'm guessing that's all I can do. Can't get Feldspar to move at all.
Make a ride check.
Alrighty.
As the Trolloc like burned, torched, like freaking out a little bit, I think that. Gosh, let me see what this is here. What a shame. I think that's still like crazed and furious. He like jumps down cliff, like kicking another rock forward at you guys. I'm gonna roll a 3-sided to see. We're gonna start with Renora, then Naharic, then Drayson. Oh, dude, poor sweet Naharic Iswid. This thing kicks this rock. You see it like cartwheeling straight towards you, Naharic. As he comes like barreling forward, clearly like torched within an inch of his like miserable life. 16, does that hit you, Naharic?
I believe my AC is 18, so no.
Amazing. As you just like, you wheel away, the rock kind of like sailing past you. Prez is not Kratos anymore. Now he is officially Naharic Iswid. That was the Trolloc's turn as it came charging forward. Drayson Carr, you're up on 18. Wind beginning to whip around. You feel your top knot like pulling and yanking, slapping at your back. What would you like to do?
Is it an action to use my handle animal check to call Kisserai towards me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I won't do that.
No problem.
Drayson is going to kill this Trolloc because it needs to die. Hopefully. So we're going to go to here. And we're going to spring attack. And he can feel free to make an attack of opportunity because I have...
He's just baiting me, you guys. You see how he loves to be like, just attack me and miss. Attack me and miss. These Trollocs are pathetic. 22, my friend.
That still misses. It's like 26.
Wait, let me double check your AC. I know we go through this every time. So you moved, which means that you get the mobility bonus. Plus you're putting dodge on him, right?
Yep. So it's 5. Our armor class is 21 plus 5 is 26, 27, 20. I said 5, 26. I can do
right.
math.
Your dex, your armor bonus, because you're actually wearing armor. You get a deflection bonus, which should at a base of 21.
Mm-hmm.
Which then brings him up to an armor class of 27. Welcome to 3rd edition. Yet that, unfortunately, was a miss.
Unfortunately, no, Rich.
I get so excited.
You missed me with the 22. It's amazing. And once I get on their side, it is time to go to work.
5th edition Davern Kane weeps at your armor class. Yeah, go to work.
Really?
Is also a miss as he swings like the stink of like burnt feathers, the like beak clacking at you. You just like easily duck down, the sword going wide over your head as you roll out, like slashing towards him. Apple blossoms falling in the wind, and he just like tang brings the serrated sword down, knocking your blade away. Naharicus, when you're up on 14. Dead Trollocs at your feet, blood flowing down the like leg that has been stabbed across your back from where you were cleaved. What would you like to do?
Yeah, so Nahark Iswood's definitely running up to flank with his good old borderland buddy, Drayson over here. And he's going to make an attack with his two-handed Ashen Dart blade. So single attack, here it comes. Flanking bonus, yes. 17.
17 hits.
And that would be for...
And rolled that off a 6.
10 damage.
What does it look like, Naharicus, as you kill this guy?
So, like, Nahark Iswood runs up to this thing as Drayson is, like, trying to, like, slash at it. But as it's trying to dodge away from Drayson's blade, Nahark Iswood comes off the other side and just slices its head clean off. And as its head goes flying clean off, I think Nahark Iswood looks at Drayson and says, "I'll give you a half point for this last one, but this one was all mine."
He says as like there's still smoke from the 2 fireballs rolling off of its body. With that, the Trollocs all appear to be dead around you as the wind begins kicking up around you.
Yeah,
What would you all
Renora
like
is
to do?
bellowing for everybody to run. Like it's in like the deepest like reverberating voice is telling everybody to run. I think she like turns like seeing everybody behind her and is like kind of like almost scooping them up with like her giant arm and like pushing them forward. Is like like shouting for everybody to just book it. Get on your horses and run! Yeah.
Daniel like looks to you in terror, Sarah, like, what do? I said die.
As you can, we must follow the builder.
Okay, he just like kicks the horse as it starts like trotting quickly after Renora, leaving you unmounted. Callum, you're on Feldspar on the far side of the bridge.
Yeah, so Callum's
Waiting
gonna
for everyone. Like,
Okay.
Yeah. Callum's gonna kick Feldspar into gear towards Bryn.
Okay,
So-
Bren, you turn behind you as you hear the galloping of the horse across the stone of the bridge. The wind now growing
my gosh.
stronger around you.
Is my horse the black one there at the front?
I have the kid on your horse right now.
Oh, okay.
Daniel is on the horse that you were on. Yep.
Okay, I'll just hop on on Callum's horse with him if I can here.
Okay. Who's Legolas now? It's like Callum like trots up, like you like grab the saddle, pulling yourself up on the back.
There's one horse like left on with no person, and like Syrah is right there, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's my horse.
It's still,
Yeah,
though,
but
the facts
nobody's
she
on
just
it.
stated are true. I said I speak. Yes, all those facts were true. Yep. It is Drayson's horse. Yep.
Yeah, I think Renora is like looking like yeah, she's just sprinting and trying to get people out. I think she like looks to you, Syrah, and is like, "Come on, we have to go." Can if Syrah allows her, can Renora pick Syrah up and just put her on the horse?
Sure.
It's right on the edge of undignified, Aes Sedai. It's like there's a moment where like she grabs you and like you look very poised.
No,
and composed.
I think she is gonna like, she's gonna like be very poised as this happens. Like this is like it's almost like Renora, sorry Taylor, but it's almost like Renora's like her footman, like helping her onto the
Yeah,
horse.
Renora is also like she's frantic right now, but like you might be surprised at like the dexterity and like strength that when which Renora like places Syrah on this horse.
Thank you, Builder.
Now go.
So Syrah will try and get Khazra to go.
Yeah, I think
Right
she like
check.
grab Drayson like you know she's like
Get everyone on horses.
get everyone on horses.
Kisserai is trained,
Mm-hmm.
and Drayson will call Kisserai to him,
Mm-hmm.
and then he will hop up behind the Aes Sedai.
Okay.
Damn horse!
With that,
Oh,
Naharik, Iswid on foot, Renora, heavy footfalls thumping, Daniel mounted, Syrah and Drayson together on Caesarite, Bren and Callum together on Feldspar. Whipping at you, begin to whispers of so many voices, howling them, calling to you. You guys all frantically run.
Yes,
Definitely have been this whole time. Yep.
absolutely.
Yes, I encourage Kisserai to move full speed.
And so the horse
Go,
is
go,
like
go, go!
taking off, pulling, frantic, panicked as you're like charging along the islands. The breeze picking up, cascading into a real wind. The voices harrowing, haunting on the edge of it. Those who look back see darkness coalescing, surging after you like so much smoke twisting in the wind of it all. The voices howling at you. I think that Callum, you hear them. Gnashing skin, stripping, eating flesh, yes, flesh. As Bren, you hear them come. Fire, fire, we will burn you. We will kill all the fires in darkness forever, darkness. Drayson clutching to the Aes Sedai in front of you, the fancy horse leaping underneath you, your loyal friend as you hear, you cannot outrun, you cannot outrun the wind. Stealing darkness, stealing souls, steal is ours. Syrah in front, your composure holding steady as flooding back you remember the reading over the years in Tarvalin, in the tower, in that place of safety, surrounded by candlelight and sisters, but no longer with these men who can channel this Ogier who's led you into this place, this man on the horse behind you, so close, like, closer still, I say. You will fare, you will fare. Your ring will linger here forever with us. As Renora, you run. Oh, Builder's blood, Builders, you do not dream, but nightmares only. Look what we have done to your trees, and your grass, and your growing things. We grow here now. We grow strong on souls and flesh, and madness born. As you run, Argiswid, the wind whipping, pulling, tugging to the screams of Aiel around you, bleeding in the snow that falls, soaking up the ground. The battle for Layman was a battle lost for you, and you will lose again, Aiel man. You can hide, but not from me. We fear you. We will have you. As this cacophony, this torrent of madness crescendos around you, wind whipping, the blackness chasing at your tails. Renora in the lead. Why don't you, go ahead and make a spot check or something. As you're like racing madly, panicked. Like, where do we go? Where are we? How do we get out of here?
Oh my gosh.
15. You see guiding in front of you. You have no time to stop and read it, but you see an archway not far. If you can get to it as you're charging for it, you don't know where you are. You don't know if you're in Maradon. There are bridges and pathways leading forward. There is a doorway, a way gate leading out. What do you want to do, Renor? These people are following you. This place.
Yeah, I think like the entire time she's shouting no, don't listen, follow, and then like when she sees the gate, she's like, there, go, and I think she'll like start to do the kind of like when we start to get closer, she's instantly like looking for that leaf if she needs to, but yeah.
See it clearly. It might have been harder to find if not for everything, but see it clearly as you pull it out.
Yeah.
And so as Renora like yanks the Avenda swirly, watch as like the crystalline, solid, glimmering, smooth ball appears. Naharic Iswid, as you were running at her side, do you leap through?
I think that Naharik waits until most of the party is like within. So he'll like he'll pull out his Ashendara and stand there right next to the waygate.
I think that Renora like yells at him like, "You fool! You cannot fight this with your weapon! Go!
Naharik, make a will saving throw. Renora, you're not going through either, right? You watch as Naharik and Renora stand like sentinels at either side of the gate. Renora, make a will saving throw. Barreling up behind Sarah and Drayson on Kesara. You have the reins, Sarah, as you are in the driver's seat. Do you head through?
Well, immediately. There's no stopping.
Okay.
Let's get through.
The Aes Sedai and the Shinaran through the gate to the other side. As barreling behind comes Feldspar, Bren, and Callum Callum with the reins. Do you head through?
You even have to ask. Yeah, full speed through.
The horses barreling through, and it's now that you see the darkness and the wind. Two of you left. 13 and 15 on your wind saving throws, the madness growing. No! You will not escape me. No, we will have you, you will linger. The darkness surging after the boy Daniel. Injured, pommel lingers as the darkness washes towards him. Dora, Naharik, darkness upon him. You have a choice. What do? Do you stand The darkness growing closer, crashing closer. The boy racing the horse. The gateway behind.
How far away is he from me? How far away is the boy from me?
30 feet.
30 feet?
Mm-hmm. You were trying to keep
okay.
everyone close, but this is like a frantic, running,
Sure.
madcap race through all of them.
I think, okay, yeah, there's just no choice. I think Renora, like, runs. And, like, she has the reach of 10 feet, so I think she kind of, like, is gonna, like, get as close as she can. And
As
just,
you start
like,
moving, Naharik, what do? You see Renora, like, spring forward towards the boy. What are you going to do?
I think he just waits for Renora, because Renora's probably got a longer reach than he does.
Got it. You're going to hold
and lift
the
the
gate.
horse.
Both of you make another will saving throw.
okay. Oh, my goodness. Oh.
My second one was an 8. Oh, no. That's
8.
not good.
Naharik, as you lunge forward, Renora, 15 feet from the gate, here. As you turn behind and you see Naharik Iswit has fallen to his knees, one hand gripping the side of his head. He's bleeding badly from a cut across his back, the blood pooling around his leg and his boot where the Trala cut him, and you see blood begin to like trail from his nose, the Ashandari loose on the ground. You stand 15 feet between Daniel and Naharik. You've made your wisdom saving throw. What would you like to do?
Is like the horse like getting near me? Like is
The
Daniel
horse is
like...
screaming madly as the blackness is licking up over its haunches, foam in its mouth, its eyes like rolled back at its head. Daniel falls from the saddle. What would you like to do?
Tell me if I can do this here. What Nora wants to do is just literally like in kind of a spin, like grab Daniel and throw him through the gate.
Make an athletics check.
Full on chuck him through the gate.
Make an athletics check.
Yep.
Naharik.
Skills.
Just hear the voices in your mind, the cascade of them. We see you for what you are. We see you are in the wet, in the water. You will drown. Water in your lungs, buried in your own blood, like so many who you fared before. You left them, abandoned your people and your ways, and now you are in my ways.
Am I making like a strength check?
Yeah, there is no athletics. Make a strength roll.
Okay.
I love how I'm just
18.
No, you guys are on the other side. You don't see through. You see like the shadowy thing behind. I mean, seconds pass. Like you two have charged out. The other two have charged out. 18. You grab Daniel from the ground. And you just got to throw him from 15 feet away from the gate?
I'm throwing him through the gate, yes.
Sarah, Drayson, Bren, Callum, you have barreled out the far side gate. Rain falls around you. That wet drops. It's dark. But you could just make out around you. Looks like perhaps shattered axe handle. Creeping vines, twisting all around. Drayson, I'd like for you a spot check, no advantage, with +4 to the roll. Sarah, you may do the same. Brandon, Callum, as you're like kind of like looking around in the rain, hear the pounding water of like a river, small stream. Drayson.
That's 23.
You know where you are because you lived in the shadow of this place. Sarah, as you look down, peering, knowing you were moving towards Merida, for at least a time, or Nora seemed to be guiding you confidently. You know where you are because you've done much study and research, but the pair of you are quite convinced. You are in the Blight. as Daniel's body hurls through the gate, crashing to the stony, muddy ground. Yep.
If I may,
please, you may.
So as soon as I got out of the gate, Callum was like ripping Philspora and like getting ready to like his idea is like he's getting ready to like kind of like block the way if the thing starts coming after them. But if he sees Daniel, he's going to change and he's going to use arms of air to try to grab Daniel and catch him.
Legendary. Do you have to make an attack roll when you use arms of air? No, usually, right? I would make.
Arms of air is one of those like it just happens, pretty much.
Then it just happens as Daniel's body, just before it crashes into the muddy earth.
Double checking, I'm pretty sure.
Go for it. Is seized in arms of air by Callum Hearn. Yes, Bren?
I think Bren is like watching in awe as Callum weaves this so magnificently and watches it and marvels at it and tries to understand it.
Go for it, make weaves.
We're learning.
I love this game.
We need another Ace.
This is why I love that we're playing the old version, though, because like these rules are so weird.
Yeah.
20.
But here's the question, Bran. Do you have affinity with air?
No.
Not yet.
So, air is the only affinity for arms of air.
Does that affect the difficulty?
Yeah, you.
No, but you just don't have. If you don't have affinity with air, and it's the only weave involved, then you understand it, and you know it.
It cost me a higher slot to cast.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I know that.
That's what I thought. It's so tricky with the 5 powers. There's so many layers of like stuff happening for the channelers of like which they have affinity in, what they know, which weaves, what level the weave's at. All right, you understand the weave as you see Callum twisting the weave of air to catch what definitely would have like knocked Daniel out at the very least, if not potentially killed him. But I think that the scene cuts flashing immediately from Bren on the back of Feldspar looking to Callum in front of him to you, Renora, as you heave the boy, turning back towards Naharik. Yep. What are you trying to do?
She wants to run through the gate and grab Naharik and just drag him with her.
Make a will
through
save.
The gate.
Make another will saving throw. As you grab Naharik and pull him through the gate.
Oh.
Ooh.
Naharik, you are on the ground, hammered by these screaming whispers. I would like for you to make another will saving. As like some part of you is like blinking and fighting them away. You see a body hurl past you. You see the towering form. Trolloc and Ogier in front of you. Verno whispers. Go back in my ways now. You made this place. We will make you. We remake you. We remake you to be ours. One of us. With us. Here. Eternal. And gosh, it is. Yeah, what were you going to say?
It's one little thing that she can do before, like as she feels like it taking her.
Uh-huh.
The Avendosaur leaf in her hand.
Uh-huh.
Can she just like chuck it through the gate?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Renora, you stumble forward. 1 step, 2 steps. And the voice of Machin Shin echoes in your mind as you hurl the Avendosaur leaf. And we see your towering body fall. Your long-handled axe falling loose out of your hand as it clatters next to the Ashandarai. As Half you sang from the trees steading. First met strange Aiel, trapped on the far side of. As your body crashes to the stone, inches gate, camera tracks on the cartwheel. The Aventosaur as it comes hurtling side of the gate. Where Sarah, Bren, Callum, Drayson see Stonely alone without your come hurtling out of the that I think have to.
Oh, come on.
Oh my god.
Wow, Rich.
Oh my
Really?
The
God.
cruelty. The cruelty.
Oh
You
my
don't-
gosh.
You don't get cliffhangers like that often. And just
No.
for the sake of clarity, let's put you all on the real map without
The
your
real-
friends.
Oh, it's pretty.
Don't say that, Taylor. Come on.
Sorry.
It's blight. It's bad.
Thank you. That was
Bad
much
blight.
better.
Bad blight.
That was much
bad
better.
blight.
As
I
we
mean,
see,
compared to where Nora is, it is probably much prettier in the blood.
Yeah. as we see the form of like Daniel held suspended in the air, half conscious, the Aventosaur leaf in slow motion as it arcs the mud, spraying up so many drops of dew, of rain falling around you, shimmering gateway. That's an excellent stopping point. I realize we're a tad bit
Wow.
early, but I follow the fiction, my friends. The
Yeah.
dice sometimes try to tell the story, but actually we're telling the story, and this is a really good spot.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Well,
at least we
earlier
saved
today-
Daniel. At least we saved the beloved Daniel.
I mean, honestly, yes.
That's what happens.
It's worth it though.
Taylor had to
Damn
get
it,
the
Anything
Nahara.
earlier
NPC out.
about character deaths,
Damn it,
Taylor?
Nahara.
Listen. I'm not leaving you to just do whatever
I
and
know,
get
and
eaten
it's
by
great,
Machin
but-
Chin.
I
I mean, I'm
I know.
standing right there at the end, so I don't know.
I know.
This is
I
a
know.
very, very
It's too
dramatic
good,
ending.
dude.
I am
It's too
so
good.
excited. I cannot wait until we return for Chapter 5 of Book 1 of Threads in
not-
the Pattern.
Not to spoil the next chapter too much, but it begins with Bren saying, "I told you so."
I love it.
That's
I
the
love
bridge,
it
Fred.
so
That's the
much.
episode bridge. I hope that was fun, you guys. That was really,
Yeah.
that was quite a session. It was very dramatic.
great.
I really appreciate you all being so patient with one another. You know, this is a thing I say all the time at the session, but like, I think especially this game, we're so deeply invested in like the narrative story of it all, that the like patience to be good like spectators for each other is just like goes along with it. So very, very, very. This was a wild one.
So fun. Yeah, amazing. I like was very like giddy to like I don't know, it was such a thing when I was reading the books, like the ways were so visual and yeah, it was very like oh, I've been like in a place like this in like a dream before, right? It feels like kind of familiar in that way. So to like
That's what got me. It felt instantly familiar.
yes.
Once we got there, it was one of the most striking things for me. And the whole notion of Machin Shin, like, look, this is, you know, our turning of the wheel. Machin Shin is a little bit like specific because it's like, you know, me. But
Yes.
okay. Machin Shin is hungry.
Great.
It's a grown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, Rich, your wind voice was pretty amazing.
It's appropriate, right? It felt
Great.
good. Good.
Mhm.
I worried because I
Yeah.
figured it would get out on the stream, but sometimes the Discord loses the P or
Mhm.
whatever. And so, but I have recently upgraded Discord Nitro, so I was like, well, Maybe it'll be good. I hope you guys hear me. This was very fun, you guys. We will be back before a month from now to do it again. So I hope. Yeah. I don't know. Thoughts?
Oh wait, we have to come back soon.
Tom's like,
Tune in
please,
next
just
time.
get me to some Aes Sedai, please, man, please.
I mean, we lost Renora, and maybe a good time for a new Aes Sedai companion.
No.
No.
The irony is that I was going to be like, oh, level up at the end of this session. But I feel like with 2 characters in limbo, I have to just see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I'm thrilled. This is so fun. Like being an Ogier, like going into the ways, like it was delightful.
Getting knocked out by Mach and Shin. How you feeling, Prez?
I'm just looking at Taylor here. What were you saying about being in love with character death recently?
I know.
Like,
Okay, it was such a good way to start the session. It was such a great way to start the session. It was so good.
Oh,
It was so
You
good.
can't tell me it was.
I
so
literally
good.
just got the art all done. That's the only game we play without resurrection. It's the only goddamn game I'm streaming that doesn't have revivify. You know what I mean?
call up Sean, get him ready.
Incredible.
Like, Sean, we need a minor adjustment on Renora and Naharik. They're entirely different people.
You just can't write this stuff, you know? It's just too freaking good, man. I just love it so much.
What a very, very fun night, y'all. Thank you all for playing. Thank you to everybody in the chat who hung out, any new folks who wandered in here or catching up on this in the VODs on YouTube. It is a delight to have newcomers joining us on our journey. We all are big fans of the Wheel of Time. We all met through post-show recaps, which is a podcast community that a lot of us are involved. You can sign up over there at post-show recaps at Patreon. I'm like getting the because I'm like flustered by Mach and Shin. Go to Patreon, search for post-show recaps, sign up at the $10 a month level, and you can come play D&D with us in the post-show recaps patron Discord, which is where we all met, talking about the Wheel of Time, and had our Wheel of Time book club for like the year. We were like kind of the secret DM group of big Wheel of Time nerds who were talking about the show before the series aired. And as such, now that season 1 is out on Amazon Prime, and it was time to play old dusty game, 3rd edition D&D rules, I was like, hey, we got a ready-made group. Most of us have finished the series. Some of us are still on our journey. Taylor at book 8. She's about to start. Drayson has read up to book, what, 10? 9? 10?
Yeah, 10.
Ish, right? They are not finished on the end. Don't spoil them on it, or gosh, I'll be upset.
As will I.
Yeah.
I have avoided those spoilers for years.
Yeah. Very impressive. My friends, this is where I ask you all if you have anything that you want to bring attention to. Do not feel obligated if you have nothing to plug. There's a lot going on in the world these days. So if there's just anything you would like to say to the people at large or have us thinking about as we go off to live our lives before we return to the ways in a couple of weeks, please feel free to hit us up. But so, yeah, David, anything out there that you want to be like hyping up or you want us to consider?
I don't think so. It's just not. Treat people better than people treat you. Just be a good person.
That's a good one.
Like, I can't get started on that. I'm sorry.
No, that was a very good one. Treat people better than they treat you. That is a general excellent rule of thumb to go out into the world. Eric, how about you, man? Any like final thoughts, parting words?
I love what David just said. I'll endorse that absolutely. Nothing to plug really. I'm Eric Davison on Twitter. I'm Eric Davison on the Post Show Recap Discord if you want to come chat. And yeah, great session, Rich. Can't wait for the next one.
Awesome. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you being here. I really appreciate all the homework you have done with the weaves and channeling. It helps to know that you guys are doing stuff. Prez, how about you? You're invisible, but you are there.
I am here, and no, I don't really have anything to plug. Just congratulations to the Colorado Avalanche on winning the Stanley Cup.
Oh, hey.
That's all
They
I really
won?
got to say. Yeah, they just won.
That means I won the post-show recaps hockey pool.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
Congratulations, Eric. Taylor, how about you, my Ogier friend?
Yeah, I have a lot to say that I'm not going to say at this moment.
That's a good
It's
lesson,
been a-
too. Find the right window to say the right things. Yeah.
Yeah, it's no secret that it's been a rough week in America, and it's shitty and it feels bad. And yeah, be nice to people, find resources, find people to support. There's lots of information. I posted some stuff on my Twitter at Ronnie422, and yeah, be nice. A lot of people are really angry right now, and for good reason.
Find ways
yeah,
to
just-
channel it appropriate.
Yep,
I feel.
exactly.
Todd, how about you?
I feel weird. I'm like the only person who actually does plug things.
No,
but,
plug things.
yeah.
I'll follow up with you. I got a
Yeah,
bunch of good
please.
plugs. It's an
Yeah.
awkward time for us to plug things. I felt very awkward
Yeah,
telling people
I
today,
know.
hey, come watch our Wheel of Time role-playing game show. But the truth of the matter is that in hard times, we look for escapism. We want
Yeah.
to break away. So
Absolutely.
plug and do so proudly. But
Yeah, I definitely feel like there is a place for a place to escape, a place to kind of step away from the things that stop doom scrolling for a little while, and find a little bit of respite so you can center yourself and get some strength back to go back and fight the fights that you need to fight. But yeah, I am on Twitter at Librarian Todd because Todd Librarian was too many characters. You can find me every week on One Indescribable Podcast, a podcast where Adam H., TV Lindy, and I go through the late great CW show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend and talk about why we love it so much. We are almost through our coverage of the third season. It was only 4 seasons, so we're getting close to the time. We have to figure out if we're going to keep doing anything after we're done with this show or not. And the URL for the Post Show Recaps Patreon is patreon.com/Post Show Recaps. So please go there and join all of us, because in a couple of weeks you may hear me on Post Show Recaps, a podcast that's for patrons only, possibly. So another reason to join up.
exciting. Tom, how about you, my friend?
Yeah, I echo sort of the same thoughts everyone else did. Obviously, try and fight the fight, support the causes that are helping to fight the fight. But yeah, doing a couple of the sort of shameless plugs. I think I'll be on a podcast on PSR Patreon Cast within the next week or two. I don't have a ton of details about that because I just got asked recently, but I'll tweet that out. You can follow me at Thorfist7373. Also, we play D&D in the PSR, and we are gearing up for a month of different amazing race play-by-post sessions, which will be a very fun experience for everyone to participate and watch. I think almost everyone here at least is signed up to play. Should be good.
It's quite an undertaking. We have done a lot of cool stuff in the post-show recaps patron Discord space, especially our Dungeons & Dragons campaign, which is a thriving, robust West Marches style game. We have somewhere near 60 active players. We're coming up pretty soon in August is the 1-year anniversary of our, what was it, 42 hours? How long did we even go? I don't remember even how long
Yeah, it was 40. It was more than 42 hours.
It was a 42-plus hour D&D marathon that we streamed right here at Twitch TV/GM Philly. You could find the VODs to that somewhere someday because they're too big for me to just put on YouTube, so I've been diligently editing them for a year. Sorry. That being said, we're taking Dragonfly off this week. We will not be back. We did just record an episode of Humbleyear. We're playing the Humblewood D&D campaign, which is very awesome, set in the Forgotten Realms in the Yorewood The last episode a couple of weeks ago was excellent. We had an awesome two-parter of Dragonfly last week with special guest star Jess Sterling, which was very fun. So there's VODs of all of that stuff sitting at my YouTube, which is where you can find the VOD of this and the preceding 3 chapters should you wish to. I'm podcasting about Obi-Wan and a bunch of other stuff. Just finished coverage of Under the Banner of Heaven, which is cool. And keep an eye on my Twitter this week, as the month of July, I should have big announcements coming. 1st of July. I'm very excited about that. I just want to stop down for a minute and say it is an awkward time to be out here doing this kind of stuff, given the intensity of the world. I feel awkward advertising it and promoting myself and all of that stuff, but the world is harsh. It always has been. It has gotten much harsher for the folks in America over the last couple of days, and we're just trying to stick to our guns and find a little bit of joy amidst the stress, to hang out with our friends and tell a fun story in a world that we all really love. So take care of the people in your lives, fight the good fight, like channel the rage in the right places, and yeah, don't doom scroll yourself into an anxiety attack, because it's very easy to do. Thank you everybody who stopped in tonight. Thank you everyone who found these VODs months, years, ages after. This is the ending of chapter